Hi everyone, back here for another video. Today I will share with you my newest iPad desk setup, and this will also be kind of my new desktop replacement setup. And this is all possible with the help of the MagFlott Magnetic stand by Charjen Pro. Charjen sent this over to me for review, but everything I say here are my own comments and they did not pay me to make this video. But thank you to Charjen for sending this. And let's talk about the stand first, and then later in the video, I will show you how I use the stand and how I set this up on my desk. This comes in this nice white box, and all the parts are packed well. It comes with the screws, and also a nice touch is that in the box we get a long USB-C cable with one side that is curved. And setting this up is really simple. The three parts of the stand, which are the magnetic panel with the hinge, the stand, and the base. All three just need to be screwed together, and that's it. You're good to go. The body is made of solid metal and feels premium. This has the rubber feet at the bottom, so it definitely stays in place and won't slide around. As for the top part, this is made of plastic, and obviously at the back is where the hinge to adjust the orientation of the iPad is. While the front part is the magnetic panel, and this is covered with a felt fabric-like material, so for sure the back of my iPad won't be scratched. It's kind of the same material as the inside of the Magic keyboard. Placing the iPad on the MagFlott stand is also very similar with the Magic keyboard. I hold the iPad at the bottom part and let it attach by itself via the magnets. And the same way to take it off the stand. I can either pull the iPad with one hand and hold down the base of the stand, or I can use two hands pulling it like this. Anyway, this magnetic stand, according to Charjen Pro's website, this is compatible with the iPad Pro 11-inch, which is the iPad I have here. But the stand can also be used with the iPad Air 4 and the new iPad Air 5. While we are in Charjen Pro's website, I want to touch quickly on the price. Now, this stand that is compatible to the 11-inch is on sale at $119. For me personally, I think it's quite a hefty price for a stand, so something to take note of. When I used the stand for the first time, I think I said wow to myself. Having to see my iPad Pro screen on another level, and yes, pun intended, is just quite a nice experience. It is not really on eye level, but definitely higher than usual, which is way better than having it on the desk. I can see and appreciate more the iPad's clear and vibrant display. Maybe it's just me because I have bad eyesight, but anyway, what I also appreciate and makes me love more my iPad is using it in portrait mode and on an elevated level. This is something I cannot do on my iPad Smart Folio case, for example, because it's always on landscape mode and it's always down on the desk. So that brings us to the first setup I do with my iPad along with the MagFlott stand, just by itself, and using it as my desktop and pairing it with my Magic keyboard and Magic mouse. It almost looks like it's a mini version of the iMac. I like this setup, and this is of course my own personal preference. It's neat and minimalist, but at the same time kind of sophisticated. So what do I do with this setup? Well, mainly typing, but other stuff too, which I'll get to it later. I type a lot because of these YouTube videos I make. I do my research and type my script on this iPad, and it's really nice to do this kind of work on this kind of setup where the iPad is elevated and I can see it clearly. I can type normally in landscape mode and it will look like I'm using really a mini iMac version. Although my iPad is only the 11-inch version, I've said this many times in my other videos, I can be very productive in my own way with the basic apps I use to work on my YouTube videos, combined with the keyboard shortcuts I love to use to go quickly around my iPad. I can surely do a lot of work. And using it with the MagFlott stand, my posture is better when working, making me more productive than ever. One of MagFlott's unique features is this hinge that is really well designed, and it's very easy and fluid to rotate or turn the iPad in portrait mode. This gives me more viewing space vertically and quite useful, especially when I'm looking or reading on websites, or better angle when doing FaceTime calls or reading a book, or even when I type. It's different from my usual way of typing, but in a good way. Aside from typing, I can also do a bit of writing using this setup, and it's possible because the stand is really sturdy. It doesn't wobble, it doesn't move while poking or touching or writing on the screen, as you see here. My last video, which was about the K380 and the K480, I actually edited that video using this setup. It shouldn't be that different, but I really felt the difference because I can again see the screen better because it's elevated. I normally edit my videos on my iPad Pro using the iPad Magic keyboard, so it's always down on the desk or on my lap. In fact, I also edited this video in this setup because I like the comfortable feel where my back and neck are quite straight up. With this setup, I can also use my adapter to charge the iPad via the adapter's USB-C charging port, and at the same time plug in my hard drive to access some of my old videos. Quite handy when I need to reuse some old footages. With the editing app I use, which is VLLO app, I can edit straight from importing the video from my hard drive. Using the adapter is not the nicest looking setup, as things start to get messy with all the cables and stuff lying around the desk. To get a cleaner look with all the additional gadgets, I might have to get another type of adapter like what Connor did on his setup, but I already have one and I don't want to buy more, so I will have to live with this for now. The second way I use my iPad on the MagFlott stand is while I'm working, and I mean my real job that pays my salary. At work, I use a Windows laptop, so iPad and Windows don't really work well together, or not at all. So I use this setup once in a while only. And I use my iPad at work for playing some background music or to reply to my personal chats. And I know I should avoid this while working, but it's my family I chat with, so I guess it's okay. I can easily switch to the iPad and reply to their messages. Or when all of a sudden I think of an idea for my YouTube videos, I can again easily switch to the iPad. This is possible by using one of my multi-device keyboards, for example, the Keychron K3. I can connect up to 3 devices and switch between these devices by pressing Function and then 1, 2, or 3, and then I flick the back buttons to switch to iOS or Windows. And with the Keychron keyboard, I can use with it a multi-device mouse, which is my Logitech M585. With just a flick of this button on the mouse, I can switch back and forth between my iPad and my Windows laptop. Again, I use this setup only a few times in a week. Most days my work keeps me very busy and I need a lot of concentration. So in most days, and I mean weekends when I don't do my day job and I work on my YouTube videos, I use just the iPad on the MagFlott stand. So far, I'm loving this minimalist kind of setup. Stay tuned for other setups I do with my iPad. More videos coming soon. And that's it. Thanks for watching.